because I can't. Welcome to the room in which I do this show. It's Going for Two with Zach and Sharona, the only truthy show about football and life that features Sharona and this other person. That would be me. It's been too long, folks. Since we last spoke, I've done about a dozen job interviews, had gum surgery, and Chris Durham got another NFL contract. Chris Durham, I mean, that's got to be at least 55 minutes of our show right there. Totally going to be taken up by that hot take right there. Where
did he go?
The Raiders.
Oh, the Raiders.
I mention it because usually when a scrub player signs, you hear about it in one place. It was all over the place today. I don't know why. I'm still not sure what. Chris Durham, drafted by the Seahawks one round before Richard Sherman. So he's good. And is on the Titans last year. So we had one quote-unquote elitish NFL quarterback extension controversy, followed by Cam Newton's deal, which was much less controversial, or I was away from Twitter. It is the quiet time of football season, unless you're a maniac like me and signed up for 2 mock drafts, because that's what I do. Sharona, didn't anything happen in the world in the past week? I was a bit out of it.
Just 2 mock drafts, Zach? I've done like 25.
I do 5 before I get out of bed in the morning. That's how it works.
I eat mock drafts for breakfast.
Well, I'm just living the...
Oh, by the way, I just have to say, in honor of Cam Newton's new deal, I am rocking my Panthers Nation.
Panther Nation shirt.
Hell yeah.
I still think, well, if Titans are Titans cul-de-sac, what do you think? Maybe Panthers Lane, possibly? I don't know. Because I was talking to J.J. Zacharyson when I was in North Carolina, and I was asking him about how big like Cam Newton is in Charlotte, if he's really like the guy who runs the town kind of thing. And I don't know, it didn't seem like the buy-in had quite happened yet, but it's still worth the money, probably, mostly. I mean, you're a quarterback. $20 million is what? It's not even that big a deal, right?
Well, I mean, I think that he's shown that he can, get the job done, and he's very quietly had already pretty nice little NFL career. So I'm happy for Cam Newton.
And I think about the deal, there was a lot of talk, because I did that whole 5 stages of quarterback contract grief, where they usually oversell the numbers at first. But it looked like his deal was $50,000 more than what Matt Ryan got over 5 years. Now, he may have gotten more guaranteed money, and every time they say guaranteed money, it's not always really guaranteed. It's sort of guaranteed because it's the NFL.
Right.
I mean, you had Vixen Rogan, she's more of a baseball fan on Twitter.
Right.
And Robinson Cano is like the second baseman they signed to a 10-year, $240 million contract. He's a baseball player, and all that money is guaranteed. He's getting it all. So an NFL quarterback getting half that, and it's not even guaranteed, and some people still freak out about that.
Huh.
That's because no one watched baseball, right?
Some people watch baseball.
I can show that's right. White Sox won once. I just wore this hat earlier today. I haven't brought it out in a while. It's not actually a good fit of a hat, but I had to buy it because I knew they would never win another championship ever, so I bought a bunch of stuff. Like, if the Titans won the championship, I might actually break my embargo and buy some of their stuff. Good thing that's not going to happen, right?
Well, it would be a big surprise at this point.
It sure would. And I mentioned the whole Chris Durham contract thing because he has a job and I don't. So at least he's got that going for him.
Yeah, right?
Because I've been traveling the country, to Indianapolis over the past couple of days.
You're jet setting.
That's right. I was brought in for an interview, which was nice. It's been a crazy ride these past, almost 4 months, yeah. Still out there searching, grinding, as the tape guys would say, right?
Grinding tape.
Grinding tape. Grinding resumes. I don't know. That doesn't sound good.
It's better than grinding someone's gears.
Yeah, I used to have a 5-speed, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh boy, I don't know. Did you really say, like, is it crazy? And does anyone care that Marcus Mariota actually leads the NFL in jersey sales?
I did not know that until I saw our production notes.
Well, when I was at airport in Indy, I was kind of sad because I always like to look at sports shops when I'm in towns. They had Trent Richardson jerseys as recent as like last year. Were still being sold prominently in stores. This year they're gone. So sad. Trent Richardson.
Oh,
I just
I was wrong. I was so wrong about Trent Richardson.
Well, I just remember after his rookie year, he had very similar numbers to what LaDainian Tomlinson had his rookie year, like less than 4 yards a carry, but he had a bunch of touchdowns and a bunch of catches. And I kept him in a fantasy league, and man, was he bad. It's one of those, if you have an investment in a player, and this happens in life a lot, if you have a real investment in something, if it's not going well, you're going to stick with it a lot longer than if you just pick a guy off waivers. Because I let him go after like week 10, and I probably should have let him go after week 4. But anywho. So here you're in a new location. What's happening? What's going on in Nashville?
I am not in the big city of Nashville right now.
Where are you?
Where is Sharona? Let's play that game.
Carolina.
Sweet Caroline.
Yeah. You're just not going to say anything you're not going to say? This is good radio, by the way.
This is a good guessing game.
A good guessing game? It's either you don't tell me anything or I just don't listen, and you've already said it like 7 times.
The last time I told you something that was super secret, you revealed it before you were given permission.
Oh, we know I'm not to be trusted. I'm still, well, not really medicated anymore, but you never know. You never know what might pop out.
Did they give you the good stuff? What'd they give you?
Gosh, there's all kinds of fun stuff to talk about. I had gum surgery last week on Thursday, and I've actually had this procedure before. I've had just about everything when it comes to teeth maintenance done. So they were nice enough to give me a Valium the night before, which was lovely. It's kind of like, a couple beers. And then the morning of, they gave me another sleeping pill I took an hour before. And then right when I got there, they crushed 2 more of those sleeping pills and put them in my mouth with no water, which tasted horrible. And that's the last thing I remember until about 3 hours later. That's the kind of surgery you want to have. You don't want to remember any of it. In fact, I had to be helped into the car. I had to be helped into the house.
If someone's going to stick something big into your mouth, you should be medicated.
Yeah, there you go. It's a lesson for us all. It's a lesson for America. Huh. Yes, and there were things. But it's a week later.
That's a Sharona-ism. I'm going to trademark that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a Zach-ism. I never know. But what a strange, odd week it's been. I haven't been able to exercise, which I've been doing like crazy for the past 4 months. And I haven't had a drink. I had a couple of beers at the airport after my interview. And today is the first time I've had a beer since last Tuesday, actually. So, yeah.
This is the first beer that I have had in a month, I think.
Probably since our last. You only drink during the show. Does that make me pretty when you drink? Is that how it goes?
You're my drinking buddy. It means you're special. I save my beer drinking for you.
I like that. That is cool. Yeah. Yeah, so Titans drafted Mariota. I think you may have heard that.
I did hear that.
I don't know. Maybe you had your memory wiped while you're, off the grid for a little while.
Well, I was actually at the draft.
I know. I was in post. You may have wanted to forget some parts of it, but yeah. So Mariota leads the league in sales, which I think, in a way, considering the talks we've had about Jameis Winston is off the field stuff, it's kind of interesting that the number 1 pick in the draft, isn't the number 1 sales guy. It's Mariota, and I didn't see. Is it close? I mean, Tampa Bay's New Jerseys are pretty hideous, but the Titans aren't exactly, no one's ranking them really high right now. I
I
guarantee
can't
they'll.
imagine that the white Mariota jersey is all that precious. And I like Marcus Mariota, and I hope that
All that precious.
I
The
hope that he's a
precious.
resounding success.
Actually, really, when I thought about it, I was like, have the Titans ever had the number one selling jersey in the league? I can't
I would
imagine
think
that's
Vince
happened.
Young was.
Vince Young was high, maybe after his rookie year, because he was on freaking Madden.
And Chris Johnson had to be
Hmm.
once.
Yes, and
And Javon Curse had to be.
I fell prey to it all. I mean, Eddie George is probably pretty good for a little while. It was just depressing to see, the jerseys that the Titans were selling at their games last year. So at least they have something going for them. Something going for them. Oh, by the way, speaking of, I don't know. I'll let you chime in on this. So is the 2011 Titans draft class one of their worst because Colin McCarthy just retired? So that makes Jake
Mm-hmm.
Locker and Colin McCarthy
Mm-hmm.
retired. Second round
Mm-hmm.
pick Akeem Ayers made the last tackle for the Patriots in the Super Bowl. So he got a ring. And Carl Klug, has been a good role player for a seventh round pick. I think that's a pretty good job. And they had Jarrell Casey, who did well. But it was pretty bad when you have two guys from a 2011 draft who've already retired. At least they retired voluntarily, right?
Well, the Titans will do that to you.
Although I don't think anyone was. I don't even know if McCarthy played last year. I think the Titans might have let him go.
No, he ended up on. I thought he ended up on injured reserve.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I just remember him, fondly because his rookie year, I got him in a
He was awesome
dynasty.
his rookie
I had him
year.
in the sixth round of a rookie draft, and he was like for 4 weeks, he was a stud. He was like the defensive player of the week one week. He had like an interception and a fumble and like some sacks, and he just never put it
Didn't he
together.
have? Didn't they give? Wasn't Peter Sermon's jersey 52 as well? They didn't. They need to. The 10 and the 52. They just need to do away with those.
Well, I was thinking of like 53 because they said, Mosey Foku had 53. And then I think that rookie out of Louisville got it. And they were like, that's Mosey Fuku's number. I'm like, no, that's Keith Bullock's number. I don't know if it should be, retired, but it's like, a pretty prominent defensive guy because they haven't had too many of those lately.
Well, who was that? Zach. They've given it to other guys too. I forget the
Zach,
guy who got
he might be 55.
who? No, not Zach Brown. Zach.
Pillar? Was there a Pillar? He was a guard, though.
He was an offensive player, a guard. This guy was a linebacker.
Hmm.
Played primarily on special teams. This was 2011. I think he was briefly on the team in 2012 too. Zach. Cannot think of his name. It'll come to me.
It'll keep coming. There's something going on in there, right?
He also played for the Texans. He was a nice little linebacker.
I remember Xavier Gooden out of Missouri, who I think is still on the team, but hasn't really done anything yet.
Nope.
Oh, Missouri. Speaking of Missouri, the news that came over the wire today that has gotten a little bit of attention was a sixth-round pick of the Rams, Bud Sasser, out of Missouri. Found out he had a heart condition, and they decided to waive him because he couldn't pass any medical tests.
Because Jeff Fisher's a cold, heartless bastard? Is that what you said?
Well, it's kind of an interesting story in that, Sasser wasn't really well thought of until his senior year, and he led Missouri in receiving and had a 1,000-yard season, had a really good season. I think he was actually second in the SEC in receiving, but he didn't get invited to any of the major combines, and in the combines, they do all these medical tests. So apparently they didn't have that information, and Missouri medical people are not talking because it's confidential kind of stuff. But it's like, wow, so you're sixth round, you actually picked the guy in the draft, and you pretty much have to probably say, okay, take the signing bonus and buy.
Well, the Seahawks had a guy that was like that, and they paid him his $100,000 salary and then waived him.
Yeah, pretty much. I think there was a guy in the Texans who had some kind of cancer, and they basically kept him on the
Yes.
roster for a year.
Quisenberry.
Which, you know.
But he's competing. He's back and cancer-free and competing for a starting job.
I mean, if they can keep you on the roster, then you're.
I wrote about him, Zach. You obviously don't read my stuff.
I stalk you so poorly. It's so bad. But
I'm kidding.
speaking of like poor wastes of time, I actually, you know, sometimes you find yourself like live tweeting a sporting event, even though maybe 100 people are doing the same thing, and you just can't help yourself. Well, I caught like a Missouri blog, Rock M Nation, I think it's called, on SB Nation, and they had a little bit on guys who are going to break out from Missouri this year, the football team, and they mentioned the South Carolina game, and I had to watch like the last 20 minutes of that game over again. Like they had the link to the ESPN basically feed minus the commercials. And that was a game where Missouri just looked absolutely like crap, and then they came back and beat them in the last minute. And it was a lot of fun, and I didn't try to overdo it, but it was kind of fun to do, to rewatch that game, because they looked so terrible. And South Carolina's defense got destroyed every other game that season, but for some reason, Matty Mock cannot hit the broadside of a barn one play, and the next play he hits a guy in stride perfectly with the defender's fingertips on the ball. It's just nuts. And you actually saw that in the comeback where he like hit 3 great passes in a row, and then 2 were like, where the hell was he doing it? So they came back to win, and I just was like, it was just fun to watch and remember that like they had some, you know, fun games last year. Which reminds me.
What does it remind you of?
You are totally transfixed by my storytelling.
I am.
Tennessee gave all their players rings to celebrate their Belk Bowl victory. And gosh, I'm going to have to find this because I saw this online. I got to share this. It's so awesome. I mean, it looks like a Super Bowl ring.
Butch Jones is a pimp.
I mean, they haven't been to a bowl.
This is all I have to say about Butch Jones and his coaching staff. You damn well better win the East this year.
Yeah, I get when it comes to the SEC, it's like you can do really well in recruiting, but yeah, you have to do it on the field.
Yep.
And now they're getting that hype. Like last year, I think them going 6-6 actually was, fans were like, okay, we'll take that, which showed how badly scarred you were for the Derek Dooley era.
Yeah.
I mean, Missouri came in and beat them, and they're like, whatever. I mean, come on, it's Missouri. It's not like you're just gonna walk on the field and beat them. Come on. Vanderbilt's beating Missouri, by the way. Yeah. I can't. I've sent way too many tweets that I can find it. I actually did a search on Google and couldn't find it. It's very sad. Yeah, but they got rings, you know, which is nice.
If you like it, you better put a ring on it.
I mean, I saw like Missouri gave their players rings for winning the SEC East, and they looked as well like Super Bowl rings. I mean, I almost missed the simplicity of the first Super Bowl where literally there was one little tiny diamond in the middle and that was all. And now it has to have 700 diamonds. It's crazy.
Crazy.
So
Still crazy after all these years.
But let's take a moment to see. So what are you drinking tonight? What do you have in your mug of glory?
I am drinking, if you could, I'm getting silly because this beer does it to me.
It's probably strong. It's you know.
I am drinking Dragon's Milk.
Oh yeah, that stuff's like 10%. It's a. See, I got like a session like summer kind of beer, summer ale instead of.
I almost bought summer ale, blonde ale. I almost bought some of that.
4 or 5%, and this Abita here might be 6. So these two combined might be as much booze as you have in yours. So look at you.
I wonder. I mean, I
She
get.
is the queen of dragons. She is.
I
Don't mess with
am.
her. I need to get that clip. She's vicious. She's strong. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, let's see. So when was I on your show? How long ago was that?
You were just on my show last Wednesday.
Oh, so it was right before the surgery. Yeah. So we had a nice talk about Ray
We
McDonald and
did.
how nice guy he is and how he got cut and how maybe teams.
Then he got arrested again,
Oh, yeah. It was like the next day.
right?
I mean, there is a place to say, yes, due process. But if you're a repeat offender, especially with something like domestic violence, I don't know if you suspend stuff. And sorry, I got plug for my computer that I realized I'm losing power. Anyway, I'm losing power. I can't handle it.
I'm melting.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. But you're telling me right now, so we're just bouncing around tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. That
It's
there are
already been
two
fun. I'm having fun.
championship series happening in sports, and you're not watching either of them?
No. I have been extremely ultra uber busy.
With what? What you got?
So much. I just, I don't want the show to be all about me. What's going on with you, Zach?
I think there's stuff going on with you. I've been drooling on a couch for a week, so.
Well, that is the only show that I have done for 2 weeks. My NFL female show is on hiatus. And I just have been.
Come on, females, get it going.
No, I've just been busy. I haven't been able to do my show as regularly as I might like. But hopefully, starting next week, I'll get back in a rhythm, back on a schedule.
Yeah, because the world needs your show. Come on.
I know. My adoring public misses me.
You're bringing takes that need to be out there.
We had a nice show, I thought. The Game of Thrones talk, I enjoyed that.
Game of Thrones. Yeah, it was just a bunch of killing last week, so we got the violence back up.
It was a great episode. It was the White Watchers, the White Walkers.
White Walkers, yeah.
White Walkers. They're bad motherfuckers.
So you're getting the payoff. So you wanted. I feel like they showed the White Walkers like in season 1, and you're like, it might have been the end of season 1 and end of season 2 where they were like marching, like they're on their way, and then like 2 seasons of nothing, come on, and then like, yeah, a movie quality scene. I saw that scene where basically a bunch of them dropped off a cliff, and then 10 seconds later they all got back up. And I was like,
that was some cold
running zombies are way more scary than the ones from The Walking Dead. Oh, I'm walking 2 miles an hour. Oh, you can fast walk away from them. Just because there's a lot of them is one reason why they're scary. But the White Walkers are scary. They got like weapons.
They're bad motherfuckers. I'm telling you,
that
was probably my favorite episode so far.
And of course, Khaleesi and the Dinkles, those two getting together. That's a good one.
Uh-huh.
We can't not call Tyrion
Her name is
Lannister.
not Khaleesi. Khaleesi means queen.
Yeah.
She's Daenerys. Danny, if you like.
Sharona Stormborn. That's your real last name.
That's right.
Don't give it away. Shh. Don't look her up. You'll find some stuff you don't want to know about. She killed a man once just to see him die.
That's right.
Yeah, there's like, 2 episodes left? And with the wife buried in Thesisville, I'm not even sure if we'll be able to watch this week's episode. There was a 1 week where we couldn't watch it the night it happened. It was like a day of, no, we can't. We have to know what happened. I think we're at the beach.
You have to stay off Twitter if you're going to play that game.
There's certain shows, there aren't many. I mean, I'd say like Mad Men, but in a way Mad Men didn't necessarily have this big plot that you're worried about anything being spoiled.
I never watched a single second of Mad Men.
And I missed, it's like the way it goes with TV. because we basically got rid of our cable, so we're not really watching much TV anymore. We just got the HBO Online thing. And yeah, like the last 3 episodes of Mad Men were on when we're on the beach. We're like, we could watch it, or we could spend our last day at the beach. So I still haven't seen the end. I already kind of know what happens, so don't worry about spoiling it.
Couldn't spoil it if I wanted to.
I'm just hoping my man John Hamm from the University of Missouri, y'all, wins an Emmy finally. Poor guy.
Sure John Hung is going to be just
John
fine.
Hung. Wait, that's a different show.
No, you obviously are not clued in on the real news about John Hamm.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me plug this thing in.
Okay.
Well, when he says M-I-Z, I mean, can you not say, Z-O-U? No, you can't? Okay. He's on the commercials.
Oh.
At least one celebrity. You got Peyton, so you're set.
Pay.
Peyton.
Yes,
exactly.
Peyton.
So do you
I mean, we would have Matt Sims, but his name keeps getting in the way.
Wait, was it Chris Sims? Was he the one that
Which had to be one of the... Chris Sims says some uber dumb shit. That had to be one of the dumbest things he's ever said.
Which one was that? I just remember him getting busted for like pot, and he blamed his wife who's pregnant, I think.
Right. I don't know.
He's one of those guys that probably could have had a long career as a backup just because he's like the coach's son type. Those guys seem to stick around. Yeah, there are a lot of Sims. Matt Sims, right? He was with Tennessee. Did he really play with them that much? Because I remember him...
He started several games.
Getting to like the Jets roster, and I was like, usually quarterbacks who make it in the NFL actually played a lot in college, not just a few games. But yeah, I'm boring her. Oh no!
No, you're not. I was up at the crack of dawn this morning. I was up at 5 o'clock.
Just grinding. I'm telling you.
Grinding tape. I was grinding tape, baby. Off season never ends. There is no off season.
Yeah, that is true. There's an off season for Twitter, at least. You got that going.
I've taken a little bit of a, I mean, not intentionally. I just haven't been on Twitter because I've been doing other things.
Yeah, I bet you're still in a 2-to-1 ratio over me in terms of actual tweets. But
I have 131,000 tweets.
Hashtag get on my level.
Hashtag.
I think I just 61,907, almost 62,000. Going to be there by the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Upside. Wait, no, nothing.
Strong side.
So, when will your next show be on? Are you going to try to get it going next week?
Well, I thought that Vashti and I were going to do it. I thought Vashti and I were going to do a show in the morning, but it doesn't look like we are. So I guess Monday.
So you had a chance to write anything or have any reflections on Caitlyn Jenner's situation? Not situation, but the whole media.
I haven't written anything sports related in a while. I've done some editing, but that should change too. And I do have big, exciting news that I will reveal.
My track record is poor.
I will reveal soon.
My track record is Titans drafting a quarterback in the top 10 bad. So, yeah.
Huh?
Well, I'm saying my track record is bad. Let's just say it's bad. Titans drafting anybody. Okay. I was just, curious because, I don't know, it's kind of predictable. Like, like I knew how people were going to react about Ryan Tannehill getting a contract extension. I kind of knew what the reaction was going to be because I guess people are acting like the world is changing at a very fast pace, and maybe it is, but I think it's just people who haven't been paying attention. Now they have to pay attention because once again, sports is infringing on reality. Sports used to be an escape. Now sports has the same bad crap happening. By the way, it's always been that way. as in real life, and we have to deal with it. And there is no escape. It's so sad.
There's no escape. It is very sad.
There is no escape from reality. But I don't know. When something like that happens, I just like to look at the good reactions, the ones where I go, "Oh, that's cool," as opposed to the ones that go, "Oh, people are still not nice."
Well, people are still not nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be the case no matter what, huh? So seriously, like you've been doing some. Oh, you can't tell. God, that's not right.
Zach, the last time I told you something that was big news, you let the cat out of the bag before I wanted anybody to know, and so sorry.
Why hide? Why not just be transparent? I mean, come on, put yourself out there.
Because you don't just talk about it, be about it. I'm just going to be about it.
Be about what? Oh, I thought I'd get it. About it. Yeah. Okay. So you're not like in actual Nashville anymore? Is that the deal? Or are you just a different part of town?
I'm not in the city of Nashville.
Huh. Close? Outskirts?
No.
Huh. That is something else. So you've left Music City?
Sharona has left the city.
Dang. So you're closer or further away from where I live? Do the math.
About the same.
Okay. There's like 20 questions.
Maybe a tad bit closer, not measurably so, but maybe a tad.
So like Carolina, because like Charlotte's about the same distance as Nashville, at least when I drove there.
Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum.
So does that mean you're a Panthers fan now?
I'm a fan of you, Zach.
I mean, we got to talk about Cam Newton's facial
I'm a
expressions.
fan of the man, Zach.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, I have a small but fierce fan club, so that's good. Good to know.
I'll show you. I'll tell you who I'm a fan of. I am
Your
a
pup?
fan. Hi. Actually, she's a fan of me. Yes. Hey, look here.
The eyes are here, people. The eyes are here. Just so you know.
A baby. Okay, we can go back and take a nap.
So would that, you're singing, would that indicate North Carolina? Or South Carolina? Because I never knew which one he was talking about. He's talking about a woman. Anyway. And it plays at Boston games.
All my exes live in Texas.
Oh, gosh. Now it's even worse.
I'm not in Texas.
We're just going to do karaoke for one.
I have not left Tennessee yet.
Is that in the plans?
Yes.
My parents going to seriously bribe me to get to Nashville this fall. It's just, no, huh? This is part of your news? Is that what it is?
Part of it.
It seems like every time we talk, you were like 2 days away from announcing something, and then the next week you're still 2 days away from announcing something. And it's quite a tease. It's very effective. It's good work. I like this. I don't like this, but I appreciate what you're doing.
Uh-huh.
We're not playing the improv game yes and very well tonight. I'm just saying. Getting a speed bump and roadblock. I mean, gosh.
Phew.
Does that mean you're doing like non-sports writing? Is that what's happening with you? Or are you like lawyering? Ooh.
I did some non-sports writing. Yes, but that is not my big news.
Well, you're not gonna tell me anyway. Okay.
I would. We're a week away from you knowing. We're very close. Well, it's Thursday. We're less than a week away from you knowing. I will announce Monday on my show.
Okay. Well, that's an excuse for everybody to listen. And by the way, out of Indianapolis, Will Carroll, who's also known as Injury Expert
Yes.
on Twitter, actually sent me a direct message saying how much he had thought our show was good stuff. And I think he was actually talking about when I was on your show and he heard our show, and I was like, "Hey, 3 people are watching our show. That's awesome."
Will's a great guy.
Have you had a chance to talk to him yet? I should probably have him do an interview or something.
Yes, he's been on several of my shows. We definitely should have him
I've been
on one of our shows.
Off my injury. I injured myself tonight. I slammed my finger into the sliding glass door, but I'm okay. I'm playing through the pain to show how much of a true sport I am. But
I have started exercising again, and I exercised tonight.
Me too. It was my first time in a week. But I'm trying to get back into the interview game. I had Jersey Jen on, and I pressed her so much by doing an interview. She keeps saying she can't be on our show every week. But the good news is we haven't actually had a show the last couple of weeks, so she couldn't be on. And then this weekend she's going to some kind of wedding. She's always jet setting and doing. If you think you're doing a lot of drafts, she seems to be doing like 10 MFL 10s at once.
Oh yeah.
She started doing a dynasty.
I'm sorry, pardon me. I keep belching.
And she complained to me that she didn't really like it, and she was already 8 rounds in. I'm like, it's too late now. You're in. It's dynasty. That's a commitment right there. That's like a marriage of sorts.
Yeah, I haven't done MFLs yet.
I haven't done any. I did one last year, and I finished in second, so I technically broke even because you get a free league. And what's happening? You got the spotlight on. Hi, I got the spotlight on me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very dark because I'm unprepared. I'm sorry.
Because she's moved to Alaska, where the sun does not shine 6 months of the year. Wait, no, actually, I think the sun's out 6 months.
I shall do much better next week.
The mystery, the woman of mystery. You just don't know what's happening. Are you a fan of streaming TV shows?
Yes.
Stuff that isn't necessarily current. That's from a little bit maybe in the past, because
I joined the Netflix generation. I have Amazon Instant Video now, and I too have HBO now because I don't have cable anymore, and it's the bomb.
Yeah, we got rid of cable. In part, our TV was dying, and in part, it was just kind of expensive. So, yeah, Allison,
I should have done it a long time
ago.
It's much, much, much more cost effective to do it this way.
As a student, you get as Amazon Prime free, and then HBO is $15 a month. And at least while Game of Thrones is on, we're definitely watching. And I don't know, even the next season of True Detective looks intriguing because we watched the first season in probably a week, maybe once we figured it out. So we didn't watch it. We didn't watch it when it was on. But when I was okay, I'm going to be drooling on the couch for at least a weekend because I was gummed out, what should I watch? Well, I finished watching season 4 of Louie, which I think was perfect to watch when you're kind of drugged a little bit, because there isn't necessarily a plot to it, and it's just kind of, you don't really know what's going to happen. His show, you can call it a comedy, but it goes in really dark directions at times. I mean, there was a random episode when there was this hurricane coming in. He had to save his family, and it was some kind of weird fantasy sequence, and it fit my mood. But then I was done with season 4. That's all they have on Amazon Prime. So I switched over to 6 Feet Under, which I haven't watched in probably 3 years. There are 5 seasons of 6 Feet Under, and I had watched season 3 probably 3 years ago. I think I got it on Netflix back, the DVDs. You remember, anybody have DVDs anymore?
I have DVDs.
So I just finished watching season 4 tonight. I actually was watching it while I was on my little elliptical, trying not to fall off. And I have 1 season to go, and I already kind of know how it ends because it was a little famous series finale. But since since the wife is in thesis land, and she just found out today that the person reviewing her thesis wants the whole thing on Monday. So yeah, she's gonna
Oh,
be
that's
pretty
not
much
good.
she's gonna be pretty much off the grid until Monday. So I'm like, I could probably binge watch season 5 of yeah, 6 Feet Under in a night and just get it done with. But I'm not gonna make it much longer tonight. I was pretty tuckered out last night. I just sat on the bed and watched TV like I was sick. I'm not used to this traveling lifestyle, I'm telling you.
The jet life is very exhausting.
Jet lag when you travel to the same time zone. I mean, the
So,
flight to Indianapolis is an hour and 40 minutes. I flew up Tuesday night and I flew back Wednesday, and I've never done the 24-hour back and forth. So just that and the whole interviewing with 5 different people, that just wears you out.
it does.
I don't know if NFL coaches go through
It's
that.
exhausting
I hope
talking to people.
so. Well, it's not only talking to yourself, it's like if you actually make like this personal connection, you're talking about personal stuff, you have to stop and go, oh no, we have to talk about this business stuff because that's what this is really about. We can't go, oh, we're both from the same city, or oh, we have this thing. No, we're going to talk about the business. It's all about the business. But there is, I guess, a little bit of a connection between these like crazy quarterback contracts and the job search, because part of the job search is not necessarily finding the right perfect job. It's getting the right timing. Like you can find the right job for you, but a manager leaves and something like that happens and you're not fitting in. That just happens. And I feel like with the Dolphins with the Ryan Tannehill contract, they just wanted to get ahead of it. Like they just said, we think he's going to be an elite quarterback, so we're just going to give him a little bit of funny money and a lot of real money and go with it. And hopefully he'll earn that contract. And it sounds like it's similar to the Colin Kaepernick and the Andy Dalton kind of contracts that aren't really, 9-figure deals. I don't know. I'm just blabbing. How you doing?
I'm good.
Uh-huh. I'm sure you are.
So,
You just let me talk. I like that, but you should talk too.
So Zach,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of job are you looking for?
I am in the glamorous and exciting field of email marketing. I've been doing that for about 6.5 years. And I send emails. And I don't send spam. Everybody has subscribed. Everybody's saying, I want to get these emails. So that's the kind of job I'm looking for.
That's an interesting job.
The CEO of the company I interviewed for is a distant relative of one of the co-writers or co-creators of Game of Thrones. So there you go.
Oh,
Maybe I
well,
could get some spoilers out of it. But
did we bond over the White Walkers?
White Walkers. It didn't come up the whole time. I think that was one of those. Sometimes you do an interview and you try to like throw a joke in just to see what happens. And if you get the silence, if you tell like a little joke and you get the cricket sound, then
Mm-hmm.
never mind. Let's talk serious. But you have to have a balance. I think
Yes.
I was in one interview, and I think they mentioned in the job description that we want someone who's got a sense of humor. I'm like, well, usually I have a sense of humor, but I just don't have any jokes right now. Nothing came out so I didn't think I displayed that side. And you got to show you're like actually capable of doing things, and that means you can't be a stand-up comedian.
Well, I've come to the conclusion that many comedians and stand-up comedians in particular are douchebags. So,
Yeah, there seems to be some bit of dysfunction involved, and it's actually something that they occasionally hit on the Louis show. But just all the scenes that he does with his fellow comedians, and you can tell they're just kind of shooting the shit. But it's By the way, Abita Strawberry. I know I'm drinking 2 beers in a can a week. I must be on something.
Girly beer.
What's wrong with being curly? And, we're a little role reversal. You drink your dragon milk.
The Queen of the Dragons shall drink her
And
dragon
you
milk.
can't
You
drink
don't
that hard
want to
because
know
it's like
what I
15
went through
bucks
to
for a
get
4-pack.
this.
I mean, come on. Wait a second. This could be good. Oh, wait. She's not going to tell. I know
That was a joke.
I know where Jimmy Hoffa's money's stolen. Oh, not telling you.
That was a joke.
I know
dragon
Kidman's
milk.
offensive plan is for this year.
You've obviously never seen Jurassic Park.
I have,
Lost
but I
World.
don't think I caught the second one. Did anyone watch that? I just noticed.
This is actually the third one that I'm thinking.
Like back when I had cable, they would show Jurassic Park a lot, and they would show Jurassic Park 1 and 3, and they would skip 2. I don't think people liked it that much. When's the Chris Pratt one coming out?
It's not my favorite one, but I like it.
Is that coming out pretty soon?
I think so.
It is summer after all.
Almost.
I mean, we saw Age of Ultron, and I'm telling you, we were 10 minutes out of the theater, and we already forgot what happened. That's how kind of blah it was.
Oh, yeah?
It just, I don't know what happened. There's just a lot going on, and lots of characters, and the problem with these comic book movies is because they have 17 of them in the works, nobody's dying. You don't feel like there's any stakes, really. It's like, oh, here's the new glowy alien thing we have to get. And then in the final scene, the seemingly invincible robot army is dispatched rather easily. Sorry, spoiler alert. Anyway. And James Spader as Ultron, he didn't get to do that much. Obviously, it was like an animated movie. He was just talking.
I haven't been to a movie in the theater in a while.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
you're not missing much.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you got all these streaming services, and we've actually, Allison gets emails for Redbox, so you can get like a free, and it's only $1 anyway, so you can get those DVDs if you have the DVD player. Like, we don't even have a CD player in the house that functions. That's how.
Well, see, this is where
ahead we are.
This is where being a huge gamer comes into play, because you can stream movies and stuff on your console, and you can also play DVDs in it.
Kill dragons.
Yeah, and kill dragons, which I'm going to do in a few minutes.
So what are you playing right now?
I'm still playing I'm playing when I get time to do it. I'm playing Inquisition, and I've also returned back and have been playing Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, which is a fantastic game.
You could have just made that up. Oh.
No dragons, but
no dragons. Good. So you like the kind of fantasy thing in games?
They're called RPGs, and yeah, I kind of trend toward them.
I see RPGs and I think rocket propelled grenade, but I'm obviously wrong.
You're obviously wrong. It's called RPGs because it's role playing games.
So you're playing a character. Is that the one where they never have like a female character, or if they do, it's like a 14-year-old boy's version of a female character?
The only video games I play allow you to play as a female character.
Should I even say Gamergate? Is that a big mistake?
I've taught some about Gamergate.
Okay.
I think that online harassment is despicable, and you can have deeply held beliefs and conduct yourself appropriately, and Gamergate does none of that.
Well, here's something for like a homework assignment for people like me, white male clueless people. Find a female that who's on Twitter and has a few followers, and just check the feed. You're probably going to find some stuff that will make you like horrified. Some replies that people get, just in general, are not good. And I don't even know if it's just like people on the internet say things they wouldn't say in person. That does happen, but people seem to be more bold with saying absolutely horrific things to people they don't really know.
Or people that they know and pretend to be friends with.
Yeah. It's not right. That's what I say. You should just move to Atlanta. You could be, that'd be awesome.
Hotlanta, you're about to leave.
Well, the job I have, I interviewed in Indianapolis. Doesn't mean I'm going to Indianapolis. It would be Atlanta.
Oh.
It would be a remote job, so I'd be sitting right here in this spot with this kind of outfit. I might be wearing a shirt. You don't know. You don't have to know whether we're wearing a shirt or not.
I've been hesitant to ask.
Uh-oh.
But I am missing Chewy.
Oh, yeah, we've been having some issues. He's a little ill. He's been sick. And apparently I sat on him when I came home after my dentist appointment, and he hasn't been a fan of me since.
That is not good.
Which Allison basically told me what I remember is getting on the couch where I knew I was going to be for the next 48 hours or so, and a gray blur flying out. And that was Chewy, and I think I may have...
You traumatized Chewy.
Yeah. Well, he's just been, we had to put his brother to sleep.
I know.
And I don't think he's recovered from that because
He misses his brother.
We've had one health issue with this guy. He's 13 years old. And in the past 3 months,
I gotta hug my puppy.
we have racked up some serious vet bills, and we have not figured out what's wrong with him.
Oh, I can't stand it. I've got to hug my puppy.
We've been giving him pills and stuff, but what he does, which was nice, is last night I came home. I had a backpack where I had my laptop. I put it on the bed, and he slept on it the whole night. But in the morning, he has a new routine. He comes in the bed, crawls up next to me, and meows in my face until I get him breakfast. So this morning at 6 a.m., he did that. He did the meow in my face.
Well, that's good.
I went downstairs. I poured him a bowl of the finest, stinky, seafood-like food that I could get. He went up to it, gave it a nice big sniff, and then turned his back.
Aww.
I went upstairs thinking, well, maybe I have 45 minutes till my alarm goes off. He came back in the bed and did the exact same thing. Went like rinse, repeat. I'm like, dude, you just said no to food. I'm not doing this again. So that's what cats do. They get like this.
They just like to order you around.
Make me, well, yeah, they own us, that's for sure. But yeah, he's been a little bit, it's either he's really cuddly or he's really freaked out and he hides. And now we have to give him drugs, and he's not a big fan of them. Surprise, surprise. Yep, so that's hashtag cat life. That's how it goes in the...
Well, but you're all about that cat life.
I know. I've been totally turned. I didn't have any. We had cats growing up, and I didn't have any until I met Allison, and now we're nonstop cat people. You're nonstop dog people.
Hashtag nonstop cat people.
That's right. Yeah. If you talk about cats, people either really hate it or they love
team
it.
Dog.
My parents have dogs. They're fine. If you like that sort of thing, you're into that sort of thing.
If you're into unconditional love and all kinds of affection, yes, please.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
So do you have things going on that you can actually tell people about? Or is, all a big secret? You think the NSA is spying on you or something?
Always.
Okay. What's happening?
It's not actually the NSA that you have to worry about. It's all these information gathering agencies.
Well, I think it's like all the private corporations have all your information anyway.
Yeah.
Whoever you have in your internet with probably knows all that stuff. That's going to be fun.
And they probably sell it to the government.
Why not? But what are you going on content-y? I mean, even if it's not sports, bring it on. What's happening?
I have nothing. I've been editing.
You have nothing?
But I have not.
I don't believe you.
I haven't created anything for public consumption in a while, but that's going to change.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's happening here. There's a new improved Sharona. Sharona 2.0 is coming out. Yeah, you're like, interesting. I just know in a few weeks you'll have one of those Tennessee Bowl rings. Ding, ding, ding. I swear that some NFL team actually gave like replicas of their Super Bowl ring to fans to wear, like for ticket holders. And I think, I don't know, I've actually seen, I think championship rings for fantasy football leagues. Can't believe I haven't talked that much about that tonight. But what about a championship belt? I think I'd rather have a belt than a ring. Because you're not wearing you're only wearing your fantasy football ring if you do a live draft. You're not wearing it to the office.
I would not wear a ring. I might wear a necklace or a T-shirt.
A necklace.
Do you wear your class ring? I mean, do you ever even wear your class ring?
I have this ring. That's all I got.
Okay, well, see.
Don't wear rings unless it's a pinky ring, right?
Only douchebags wear pinky rings.
Okay. Hey, look at me. I'm not a douchebag. Woohoo! Finally.
I have no rings on at all.
She ain't got no rings on her finger, people, so get that going.
Nobody liked it. Nobody put a ring on it.
Oh, I'm sure plenty of people. Everybody likes you and knows you. Anybody who's got half a stick of sense. I was trying to come up with a southernism, and I had nothing. I've not been here long enough. It's just down the street a stretch. It's just over yonder. Over yonder's the ring. Go get it.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll get right on that.
Grits, they'll just eat it. Just saying. Grits or gravy?
Team grits.
Team grits.
I made grits. What day was it? There's grits in the refrigerator.
Boo.
Hey.
Not my thing.
Give me grits. Give me grits or give me debt.
I might not be playing any MFL 10s, and I surely will use the one that I got for free. But I'm going to do an interview shortly with Mike, MFL 10 Addict, as he calls himself.
Oh,
Mike
he is definitely.
05. I think I told him the reason why I'm interviewing with him is I can get his super secret spreadsheet, super secreter than Sharona's, future plans. And then I can rule the world and say those are my own. And I actually have a guy, Evan, who's Roto Wizard online, and he's a local Atlanta guy, and he actually works. I mean, this is like dream friend. He works at a bar, and they do like weekly tap things with local breweries. I'm like, I got to get there. So, we could have maybe a live little show there to talk about fantasy football and beer, my two favorite things.
Well, there you go.
My favorite thing is talking with Sharona. That's number one, right?
Well, I'm flattered.
Sharona coming from undisclosed U.S. government.
Next week I'm not gonna. Next week I'm not going to be so.
Yeah, this is like a ghost hunters video. Woo!
I know.
Did you hear something? I heard something.
I used to watch Ghost Hunters. Was that the name? I haven't watched it in a long time.
They might have a few of them. Yes. I figure we've been around an hour or so. Where do people find you, Sharona, besides still Russian Tweeter? Are you on Twitter?
You can find me on Twitter at Sports by Sharona.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Taeks every day, whether you like it or not. We'll be slaying some dragons or something. Harry Potter, maybe. Harry Potter.
You can find me slaying dragons in your local dragon waste.
Yeah, but aren't a lot of those games online, right? So you can actually meet up with people and.
I don't play online.
Okay. Do your own thing. That's good.
I do my own thing.
Of course you do. Well, you know me, Zach_Law on Twitter. That's where you can find me. So we're gonna one of these weeks. We are getting Jersey Jen on this show. We're going to talk, and we're going to figure some stuff out.
Sure.
We're going to ask whether in her avatar picture that really is Eli Manning. She swears it isn't, but I don't know. Cowboys fan in Jersey, that seems a little iffy. So I feel like that should be fun.
I bet it is.
And yeah, I got talked to her before Sharona, which is tough.
I know. I tried.
Sharona corners the market on them female rider types.
I try.
She tries. So get your show back on because, America needs you. So we're going to say good night,
Bye,
everybody.
America.
I believe it goes kiss my grits. I think that's how it is. And have a good weekend all. And, do this. It's going to happen. It's all good. So, yeah, good.